Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode 585 and Doubleshot number 489. Two DC trades, both of them second volumes of respective series. First up, it is Supersons, Volume 2, Planet of the Capes. This collects issues 6 through 10. Yep, it definitely is a popular series. Too bad it's ending! Because Bendis took over the Superman book, so let's axe this and Supergirl and Trinity for... Well, Trinity we kind of knew about, but let's just axe this and Supergirl for no reason at all. Yes. Written by Peter J. Tomasi, artwork by Jorge Jimenez. There's a few different artists on here. Carmine D'Amicaio, Jesus Lewis, and Scott Hanna. The cover is done by Jorge Jimenez and Alexandro Sanchez. The first issue kind of is a loose setup. There's a couple issues in here. The first issue, I think it's the Pendulum issue that sets up the crossover, the Supersons of Tomorrow, which I probably will get that trade in the future. Now, that is simply issue 7, just, well, Superboy briefly joined the Teen Titans to help out Robin, who turned into an old man. And then pretty much the rest of this is just, well, them working together, and of course getting their own base operations, which is awesome. And get this, they have an underwater base on the bottom of Morrison Bay, which, those of you who keep track, this is probably named after Grant Morrison, the guy who created Damian Wayne. Yes. It is something, though, they name an actual bay after him. And yet, and here's the thing, Chuck Dixon gets a docks named after him. Denny O'Neil gets a street along with Bob Kane. And Grant Morrison gets an actual bay named after him, which is awesome. And I love the base operation. And it's put together by Batman and Superman as their own personal, well, base operations when they're not, at home. Both in Metropolis and Gotham. Also, Damian is sent to private school in Metropolis because, well, John Kent lives in Metropolis, so why the heck not? And here's kind of the thing about the price tag for this book. The first volume was $12.99. This one is $14.99. Okay. Why in the world is it that the first volume is that much, and this book is like $2 more? It's a little odd. I was kind of expecting it to be $12.99 like the first volume was, but it's $14.99, which is the same price just like America costs. Yeah, that's how much their trades cost. Now, as far as I know, there's going to be about 2 more trades that collect Super Sons left. You have Super Sons Tomorrow, and the third volume, which collects the remaining issues of the series, which kind of, the final arc kind of is, the final, couple issues are basically follow up to the first arc of the series. Excuse me. Yeah. This book is amazing. I'm going to give this book a 9.5 out of 10. And I know my friend Tivia loves this series so much, and he was very upset when when he heard that this series got canceled. He did a whole rant video about it. Check out his YouTube channel. Alright. Next is Green Arrow, Volume 2, Island of Scars. Collecting issues 6 through 11. There are 3 different stories in here. First up is a 2-part focused on Emiko. Yeah, it's kind of, well, a story which he's up to, well, the whole thing with Island of Scars. Despite the fact that the end of issue 5 is his next Island of Scars, that was delayed by a couple issues. My guess is that maybe the artwork wasn't ready for that particular story or something. I'm not really sure. But we have this quick little 2-part with it, and of course, her meeting William Tachman, the Clock King. Yeah, and this Clock King is from Jeff Lemire's run for Green Arrow. Yeah, I haven't seen this guy since that run ended. I was a little surprised to see him. Yeah, he actually appeared in that 3-part story, Broken. Yeah, it was kind of like Jeff Lemire's last story, and he just basically threw in a bunch of Green Arrow villains I've seen in a while. Yep. Issues 8 and 9 is the actual 2-part Island of Scars, where it picks where issue 5 left off, and pretty much, well, somehow Black Canary gets the island, and of course they do have sex. And then eventually they grab and of course he makes up a list of stuff to kill somebody, take back his company, take on circus, stuff like that. And then the last couple issues is Murder on the Empire Express. Yep, a story that's a nod to the classic Murder on the Orient Express. Those of you ever, I've never read the novel, but I have seen the version that came out in the 70s. I believe it was the first adaptation of the novel. The one that features Sean Connery in the film. Yeah, and to get this, this is part of the Trans-Pacific Railway, and it's an underwater train that probably connects between Canada and Washington State because the series is set in Seattle. And they run into a character who makes his first ever post-Flashpoint appearance. Which character is this? Eddie Fires. Yes, from the Mike Grohl. Yeah, this is a character who was created by Mike Grohl. And I was so surprised Ben Percy brought this character back. Because the last this character was seen, I think it was Volume 3. Yeah, it's been like over a decade since anybody's seen this guy. And it's great the fact he brought him because he becomes sort of a recurring villain. My guess is the reason why they made him a villain in this series is because he was a villain in the Arrow TV show. That's the only reason why. Despite the fact that he has the same appearance as he normally does. Let me show you what he looks like in here by the artwork. Let's see if I can find him here. I know he's on the... Yeah, I actually did sort of a... those of you following me on Facebook know I gave a rating for issue 10. I gave that a... I think it was like a 9 out of 10, I think it was. Yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Alright, here is 85, so I can find him here. I know I can find him. Here he is. Here's Eddie Fires, which appearance-wise, he hasn't really changed all that much. Nope. But it's great to see him. And it is something, though, the fact that the way that Island Scars ended kind of led into this last arc, which kind of does lead to the Emerald Outlaw storyline, which I think comes in a couple of volumes. Yeah. And, of course, the stuff Ben Percy does in here, despite the fact that his entire run is kind of like a continuous story, but at least it's kept interesting. I like in Cyborg, which was boring. Yeah, a boring 15 straight issues. This was 38 issues of awesome storytelling by Ben Percy. The artwork in here is done by... If I can find it. Okay, here we go. It is Stephen Byrne, Otto Scamet, and Julian Ferreira. In the case of Stephen Byrne, I have a feeling that he might be related to the legendary comic artist John Byrne. Might be his son... Could be his brother or his nephew. I have honestly no idea. But I know this person also did work on the Justice League Power Rangers miniseries from last year. Yep. Now, what do I give this book? I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. It's just really good. I'm a huge fan of Green Arrow, and I love Ben Percy. It's better than what he did during his first run. Where... Here's what happened during his first run. Have his first arc bring back the woman who raped Nightwing and killed Blockbuster pre-Flashpoint, have him turn into a werewolf for several issues, and then have the run in where he fights frickin' Deathstroke. Yeah, that essentially put his entire 12-issue first run. His second run is a lot better. Maybe he was controlled by Editor Minutes, I'm not really sure, but I know it's Ben Percy. And it was strange to see him leave the book on the book since 2015. He was in the book for at least 3 years, and it is surprising that he left after being in the book for a few years. Alright, so that's really it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is going to cover 2 TMNT trades, okay? But until I see you all there, bye.